أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome everybody to today's class. Hope you are all well by the grace of Allah. Jazakumullah to all of you who have arrived early and on time. We will begin the lesson as usual with our daily prayer. And if the Wa alaikum assalam. We could have our first student please this morning.
Our first student is G728.
G728. Assalamu alaikum. G728, can you unmute your mic, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Jazakumullah for asking. Are you ready to do the daily prayer?
Yes.
Excellent. So I will recite and then you can recite after me and recite the translation as well. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
And the translation?
I seek refuge with Allah from Satan the rejected.
Jazakumullah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the gracious, the merciful.
Well done. And it is Wednesday today. So we have Wednesday's prayer. Rabbi allimni ma huwa khairun indak.
Rabbi allimni ma huwa khairun indaka.
Very good effort. Excellent. We're just going to focus on making sure that we are elongating when we have a letter of mad. So here we have a ya mad. Here we have an alif mad. Okay, so let's try it once more. Rabbi allimni ma huwa khairun indak.
Rabbi allimni ma huwa khairun indak.
Good effort. How long will we recite this meme for?
2 seconds.
Excellent. How long will we recite this noon for?
2 seconds.
2 seconds. Well done. Excellent. So it would be allimni
Allimni
ma huwa.
ma huwa.
Very good. Excellent. And the translation, please.
Oh my Lord, teach me what is best for me in your knowledge.
Jazakumullah G728 for your help today. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, so mashallah, we are well into class. I'm sure that you all know by now the etiquettes. Please do make sure that you have your correct ID. If you have entered in with another name, please rename yourself so that you have the correct ID on the screen, and so that you can put down that you are that you are in attendance today, and then the disciplinary charge can also choose you if your turn comes today as well. Okay, so in this week, you have been looking at a few different things. We've been looking at assimilation, idgham kamil, and we've also been looking at assimilation, which is idgham naqis, which are 2 new rules that you have been looking at and studying. Today, we are doing another new rule, which is waqf. The material for today's lesson is the Talimul-Quran lesson number 21, which is on page 85 of the hard copy of the Talimul-Quran. Otherwise, you always can find all the lessons on the Google Drive as well. Lesson number 21, page 85. The practice text that we'll be using today is lesson number 21, and we will be looking at rules number 1 to 11. 1 to 11. We will also be reciting the Holy Quran, and we will be focusing today on Surah Al-Falaq. Okay, so let us find out what we mean when we talk about the rules of waqf. Now, waqf is an extremely important aspect of Arabic reading, of Quranic reading. And waqf means to stop or pause. Waqf means to stop or pause. So during the recitation, pausing at the end of a meaningful sentence or a verse with a break of breath is called waqf. So just as I stopped here because of this full stop, and I took a breath, okay, this break, this breath is called waqf, okay, in Quranic recitation. Right? And there are many different rules of waqf, rules of how you have to make a stop or a pause, what you need to do with the word that you are reading. Now, in English, when we make a stop or pause, the word doesn't change at all. So if I make a pause here, because there's a full stop, the word pause does not change. If I'm taking a breath here at the word waqf, because there's a full stop, the word doesn't change. But in Arabic, when you need to pause to take a breath, then you need to, the word often, not always, but often will change. Okay, the way that you pronounce the word will change. Okay, and that's what the rules that we are going to look at today. So, as you can see, there are many different rules about how one should make that meaningful pause or stop. If we focus just for a moment on rule number 1, okay? Now, rule number 1 is focusing on when the word that you are reciting ends with a fatha. When it ends with a fatha, what will happen if you need to pause and take a breath after this word? The fatha will change into a sukoon. Okay, the fatha will change into a sukoon. So in continuation, you would say dhalika, dhalika. If you need to take a break and a pause and stop at the end of that word, you have to say dhalik, dhalik. Okay? The same is the rule if there is a kasra at the end of the word. If you are making a stop, the kasra will change into a sukoon. Again, so here we have yawmi, yawmi. We need to make a meaningful stop. We need to take a breath. We will say yawm, yawm. And the same is the rule with the last simple stroke, 1 second stroke, which is dhamma. If the word ends in dhamma, again, the dhamma will change into a sukoon. So here we have na'budu, na'budu. We need to take a breath. We need to make a stop. How will we change the word? We will say na'bud, na'bud. Okay, so if we can have another student on the mic, please.
Yes, our next student is G792.
G792. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, G792.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Jazakumullah. So, if we can, are you understanding everything okay?
Yes.
Excellent. So if we can start with Dawood and Tasmiyah, and then we'll begin.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Beautiful. Well done. Okay. So can you recite this word for me here?
Yes.
Okay, off you go.
Ma.
One second, let me show you where I am. Here. Can you see where my cursor is? Can you see that? Yes. What's this first letter? Do you know? Do you want to recite after me?
Yes.
Okay. So let me recite the word. Okay, and then we will recite if we are going to pause the word. So if we are in continuation, if we are reciting a verse, we would say ذَلِكَ.
ذَلِكَ.
Very good. The word ends in a fatha. So if we need to make a pause and we need to stop and have a break after saying this word, we will say ذَلِكَ.
ذَلِكَ.
Very good. Well done. Excellent. Let's move on to the next one. Okay. So this word we would say يَوْمِ.
يَوْمِ.
There's a kasra at the end of the word. So in continuation, we would just say يَوْمِ. But if we needed to make a pause, what would that kasra turn into?
A sukoon.
Excellent. Well done. So we would say يَوْم.
يَوْم.
Very good. Well done. So this one here. نَعْبُدُ.
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 Very good. Well done. So this last letter here, the dal, has a dhamma on the top. Okay. If we are reading in continuation, we pronounce the dhamma. If, however, we are going to pause and take a breath, what will that dhamma turn into?
It will turn into a sukoon.
Excellent. So we would say na'bud.
نَعْبُدُ.
Very good. Na'bud.
نَعْبُدُ.
Very good. Excellent recitation. G729. Thank you so much for your help. Jazakumullah. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Okay.
Can G791 have a turn?
Are you a sibling? Are you a brother or sister?
It's a brother.
Brother. Let me just ask discipline in charge.
Yes, of course. Can I?
Yes. Okay. Excellent. G791 was that?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Jazakumullah. Okay, understanding everything okay?
Yes.
Okay, so can you start with Tawuz and Tasmiyah, and then I'll tell you what we need to do next.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Well done, excellent. So here we are now not looking at the simple strokes of Fatha, Kasra and Dhamma, but we are looking at Tanveen. Okay, so the first one example we have here is a Tanveen of Kasra. Okay, when we are reciting and there is a Tanveen of Kasra, in continuation, we just pronounce the Tanveen. Okay, so in this case, it would be Makhtumin.
مختوم.
Excellent, well done. When there is a tanween of kasra, what happens when we pause?
It will change into a sukoon.
Excellent, well done. It will change into a sukoon. Okay, so we will say makhtum.
مختوم.
Well done, excellent. Can you say both of those words again for me, please?
مختوم.
How long will we pronounce this for?
2 seconds.
Excellent. Have another go.
مختوم.
Excellent. Very good. Now have a go here. Remember, this needs to be elongated, okay? The ta and the waw. Off you go.
مختوم.
Very good. Very lovely recitation, mashallah. Okay, let's go on to the next one. This is now rule number 5. Okay. Now here again we have a tanween. This time it is a tanween of dhamma. Okay. If we were reading in continuation, we would say Qur'anun.
Qur'anun.
Very good. Well done. If there is a tanween of dhamma, what will we do if we need to make a stop or a pause?
It will change into a sukoon.
Excellent. Well done. It's changing into a sukoon. So we will say Qur'an.
Qur'an.
Very nice. You want to say both of those words again for me? In continuation and then in a pause.
Qur'anun.
Qur'anun. Very good. Once more.
Qur'anun.
Very nice. And in a pause.
Qur'an.
Very nice. Jazakumullah G791. Lovely recitation. Thank you for your help. Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Okay, excellent. If we could have our next student, please.
Yes, our next student is G747.
Assalamu alaikum G747.
Assalamualaikum.
How are you today?
Good.
Alhamdulillah. Excellent. Are you understanding everything okay?
Yeah.
Very good. So if we start with the wuz and tasmiyah. Very good. Bismillah. Very good, mashallah. Well done. Okay. So here, in this word here, we have a vertical kasra on the last letter of the word. Okay, so the way we will pronounce this in continuation, if we are reciting a whole verse, we would say Rasulihi. Very good. Once more. Rasulihi. Beautiful. Well done. You need to try and stretch that ha, the last ha, a little bit longer for the 2 seconds. Okay. If we then have a pause and we need to make a stop and take a breath, the vertical kasra will change into sukoon. And we will say Rasuli. Very good. You have to join the lam to the ha, so you have to make a slight ha sound at the end. Okay, Rasuli. Very good. Well done. Let's do both of those once more. Rasulihi. Very nice. Well done. You elongated properly that time. Excellent. And let's do that. If you are saying it in a pause or at a stop point, you would say Rasuli. Excellent. Well done. Now, if we have an inverted dhamma, okay, an inverted dhamma, again, this would be elongated for 2 seconds. If it is a normal continuous recitation, so you would say Yarahu. Very good. Well done. If, however, you need to make a pause and take a breath, that inverted dhamma will be changed into a sukoon. So you would say Yarah. Very good. Once more. Yarah. Very nice. Beautiful recitation, G747. Jazakumullah. Thank you so much for your help. Allah Hafiz. Okay, if we could have another student, please.
Yes, our next student is G815.
Assalamu alaikum, G815. G815, can you hear me? Can you unmute your mic, please?
Okay, we will move to another student then.
Okay.
G829.
G829, have you unmuted your mic?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
Good.
Alhamdulillah. Are you understanding everything okay?
Yeah.
Excellent. If we start with Tawuz and Tasmiyah, then we can begin.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Okay, so here. Now, this rule is, again, we need to look very carefully. So here we have At-Ta al-Marbuta. Remember, At-Ta al-Marbuta is a ha with the two dots on top, which make a ta. Okay? Now, if that letter comes at the end of the word and you are continuously reading, you will say musfiratun.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a go. Musfiratun.
Musfiratun.
Very good. Well done. If, however, you need to make a pause, you need to take a breath, the ta al-marbuta will change into a ha sakin. So you would get rid of the dots that are on top and you would put a sukoon on top and it changes into a ha sakin. So the way you would pronounce it is musfirah.
Musfirah.
Very good. Once more.
Musfirah.
Good. Well done. Can you recite this word once more for me?
Musfirahu. Musfiratu.
Musfiratun.
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 Very good. And if we are making a pause or a stop, it's musfirah.
Musfirah.
Very good. Excellent. Now, next one. Now here we have a ba with a tanween of fatha. Okay. It is followed by a blank alif. Okay. If we are reading in continuation in a verse, we would read Abawaban.
Abawaban.
Very good. Excellent. However, if we are reading and we need to make a pause or a stop, one of the strokes of tanween would disappear and it would be pronounced like an elongated, like an alif mad. So you would say there would be a fatha with an alif and it would be pronounced in the place of tanween. Okay, so you would say ba in this situation. Okay, so we would have, and the way that the word would be pronounced is abwaba.
Abwaba.
Very good, well done. So if you remember with the previous tanween of kasra and the tanween of dhamma, you simply replace the tanween with a sukoon. Okay, but the tanween of fatha has a different rule. Okay, it would be followed by a blank alif and you get rid of one of the strokes and you just pronounce it like an alif mad. So you'd say, in a continuation, you say, Abwaban.
Abwaban.
And if you are making a pause, if you are taking a breath, you would say, Abwaba.
Abwaba.
Very good. Well done. Jazakumullah G829. Thank you for your help. Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz. Okay. Right. If we could have another student, please.
Yes, our next student is G833.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
Alhamdulillah. How are you?
Excellent. Alhamdulillah, I am well as well. So, are you understanding everything okay?
Yes.
Excellent. So, if we could start with Tawuz and Tasmiyah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Good. Okay. So, we are now on rule number 10. Okay. as you can see here, we have an ayn with a vertical fatha followed by a blank ya, right? In this situation, there will be no change and you still prolong for 2 seconds. Okay, you still prolong for 2 seconds. So if you're in continuation, you would say, yes, off you go.
Yes,
Good, well done. If, however, you need to have a break, you need to take a breath, you will still pronounce it, yes,
yes,
good, with 2 second count. Okay, well done. Can you say that once more?
yes,
Excellent. And if you're taking a pause?
yes,
Excellent. No change. Brilliant. Now here we have a vertical kasra. Okay, so the way we pronounce this in continuation is yuh, yi,
you, he,
yuh,
you,
yi.
he,
Very good. There's a ha here, so you need to make sure we can hear the ha sound. Yuh, yi.
you, he.
Very good. Now, if we are taking a pause, taking a breath, again, there will be no change and you will prolong for 2 counts. So it's exactly the same. Yuh, yi.
You, he.
Excellent. Well done. So if it's a vertical fatha or a vertical kasra, you would maintain the same sound, even if you have to pause and take a breath. Okay. Jazakumullah. Thank you so much for your help. Allah Hafiz.
Jazakallah, Allah Hafiz.
Okay, so we have looked at 11 different rules in terms of how you would make a pause or a stop in recitation when you need to take a breath. Okay, rules number 1 through 7, so that means rules number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 have the same rule, that all of those strokes, so whether it is fatha, kasra, dhamma, tanween of kasra, tanween of dhamma, a vertical kasra or an inverted dhamma, okay, in these situations, all of these strokes will turn into a sukoon, okay, when you need to take a break or a pause. Rules 8 to 11 have slightly different rules. So you do need to make sure that when you're going through this at home, you understand and you remember the differences. Okay, so for example, here, number 11, you have a vertical kasra on a ya. So you are still elongating for 2 seconds. You will not turn that into a sukoon, okay, because it's on the ya there. Okay, so you need to make sure that you go through and you revise this and you learn this as well. Okay. So let's move on now to the second part of today's lesson, which is our Quran portion. So you are looking at different small chapters within the Holy Quran, and we are practicing recitation there. We are today looking at Surah Al-Falaq. Surah Al-Falaq is a Meccan surah. That means it was revealed in Mecca before the Hijrah. It is in part number 30 of the Holy Quran. The Holy Quran has 30 parts altogether. It is in the final last part. The Holy Quran has 114 chapters. Surah Al-Falaq is chapter number 113. There are 6 verses in this surah. The Holy Quran has a total of 6,348 verses, and this particular surah has 6. There is 1 ruku in this surah. The Holy Quran has 558 rukus in total. And the order of revelation, that means when it was revealed, is the 20th surah to be revealed. Okay. So we have the surah here. What we will do is I will recite the surah once, and then we will have student on the mic and we can go through the surah with the students. Okay, so everyone listen carefully, please. When we are doing this, I want you to be really mindful and think about what we were just doing in today's lesson, which was the rule of waqf, so making a stop. So when you see this this square like this, I will here be making a stop every time one of these squares comes. This is the end of an ayat, the end of a verse. I will be making a stop, so I need to use the correct method of waqf. So I need to think carefully, what is the stroke or what's happening with the letter before the stop point, and how am I going to make that stop? Okay, so think about all of those points as I'm going through as well. Also be mindful of all the other rules that we've learnt. Elongation, how long you need to say a particular letter for, whether they are thick or thin sounds. Okay, so listen carefully, and then we will have students on the mic in order to recite as well. Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. Okay. So if we could please have another student on the mic.
Yes, G825.
Assalamu alaikum, G825.
Assalamu alaikum.
How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm well. So we are going to start with Dawood, and then I want you to, I will recite one verse and I want you to recite after me. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, off you go then.
Bismillah.
Okay, so we always need to start with Dawood. A'udhu billah. Yeah?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Very good. So I'm going to recite it again once, and then I want you to recite after me. Okay? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Beautiful. قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
Very good. So we have a. So we don't want to make this sound like an ayn. So just be careful that this is a softer letter here. Okay, try it once more.
قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
Excellent. من شر ما خلق.
من شر ما خلق.
Good, excellent. Now, can you tell me about this letter? Is it a thick sound or a thin sound?
A thick sound.
Excellent. So, kha. So make your mouth into a round shape, a serious shape. All the other letters here that you've read before are thin. So this is a thick sound. Kha, laq. Kha, laq. Okay, once more.
من شر ما خلق.
Very good, excellent. So you need to change the shape of your mouth mid-recitation, which actually is quite difficult. You did that really well, mashallah. Well done. Let's move on 1 second. Is this not working? Okay. وَمِن شَرِّ غَاسِقٍ إِذَا وَقَبَ.
ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب.
Beautiful, well done. وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ.
ومن شر النفاثات في العقد.
Very good effort. Excellent. That's really difficult to do because you have to do lots of joining. You have to do lots of elongation. You did that really well. This noon here is a noon with a shadda on the top. This means that this is a noon gunna. So here we need to have a nasal sound for about 2 seconds. Okay? So listen carefully. وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ. Have another go.
ومن شر النفاثات في العقد.
Very good. Much, much better. So you need to make sure you hold on that and make a nasal sound for 2 seconds. Well done. وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدَ.
ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد.
Beautiful, lovely recitation, G825. Really, really well done. Your recitation was, your pronunciation of letters was really good. Your elongation was really good. You did your waqf properly as well. Mashallah, you're doing really, really well. Keep practicing. Keep up the good work. Jazakumullah. Thank you so much for your help.
Jazakallah.
Allah Hafiz. Okay, if we could have another student, please.
Yes, our next student is G830.
Assalamu alaikum, G830.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm well. Are you understanding everything in the lesson okay?
Yes.
Excellent, good. So if we start with Tawuz and Tasmiyah, then I will recite a verse and you can recite after me. Off you go.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Okay, so I will recite and then you can recite after me. Okay? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Very good, well done. قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
Good. قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
أعوذ
أعوذ
برب الفلق.
برب الفلق.
Very good. One more time. From the beginning.
قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
Very good. Excellent. Next verse. من شر ما خلق.
من شر ما خلق.
Very good. Now remember, this kha is a thick sound or a thin sound?
A thick sound.
Good. So we have to make our mouth into a round shape. Say kha,
Ha,
kha.
ha.
Very good. Make your mouth round and serious and say kha laq.
لق.
Very good. من شر ما خلق.
من شر ما خلق.
ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب.
ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب.
Very good. Again, gha, thick sound. Okay, thick sound. So again, very good. Once more.
غا.
Very good. Once more from the beginning.
ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب.
Very good. Well done. وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ.
ومن شر النفاثات في العقد.
Okay, so let's have another go at that. وَمِن.
ومن
Very good. Now here, this next word, we have this blank alif and a blank lam. Okay, there's no strokes there. Now, if you remember, if there's letters like this, an alif and a lam, you join straight from the letter which has a stroke to the next letter with a stroke. Okay, so in this case, we would say sharrin.
شر
Very good. Sharrin. Okay, so one second, stop there for a second. Now, from the noon, we are going to join to the fa. Okay? Sharinaf. Very good. Just stop at the fa, right? Now there is an elongation on the fa. Okay? So we have a shadda here, we have a shadda here, and we have a shadda here. So that's 3 times we have to join. And we have to push down and harden those letters and those sounds. With the noon, we need to make a nasal sound because this is a noon gunna. So we have to hold on that for 2 seconds, right? Sharin nafa.
Sharin nafa.
Good. So we hold on that noon for 2 seconds. Sharin nafa.
Sharin nafa.
Excellent. Then we add the last 2 letters. Okay. Sharin nafasati.
Sharin nafasati.
Bil-Qur'an.
Bil-Qur'an.
Very good. So once more, I'm going to recite the verse and then you can recite. وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ.
ومن شر النفاثات في العقد.
وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدَ.
ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد.
Very good. Excellent. So G830, you recited really, really well, mashallah. Be careful of your thick sounds and really pay attention to your shadda, making sure you're pushing down and hardening all those sounds so we can hear each of those sounds separately and they're elongated for the correct amount of time. Okay, Jazakumullah, thank you so much for your help.
Jazakallah. Can my sister have a go?
What is her number, discipline in charge?
G846.
G846, discipline in charge. Is
And
that okay?
I wanted to say there's G846. There's 2 people with that ID.
So which one is your sister? Like, can she come on your mic or?
She can come on your mic. Yeah? Let her
Yeah.
come on your mic. So she's G846.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. I'm well. Jazakumullah. So if we start with Tawuz and Tasmiyah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Well done. Okay. So I will recite a verse and then you recite after me. Okay. If you need to break it down further, we can break it down into smaller parts. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Beautiful. Well done. Excellent. قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
قل أعوذ
برب
برب الفلق.
Very good effort. Excellent. Let's break it down a little bit. قل
قل
أعوذ
أعوذ
قل أعوذ
قل أعوذ
برب الفلق.
برب الفلق.
برب
Excellent. Well done. برب الفلق.
برب الفلق.
Very good. Well done. Let's move on to the next line. من شر ما خلق.
من
شر
ما
ما خلق.
Very good. من شر ما خلق. Once more. Hello? G846, can you hear me? Discipline in charge, can you hear
Excuse me,
G846? Yeah, it's glitching a little bit. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Can we try that verse again, please? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. من شر ما خلق.
من شر ما خلق.
Very good. ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب.
من
شر
شر
ما
ما
من شر غاسق
غاسق
إذا وقب.
إذا وقب.
Very good. Once more. ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب.
ومن شر
غاسق
غاسق
وقب.
إذا وقب.
Very good. Excellent. ومن شر النفاثات في العقد. Let's break it down a little bit. Let's break it down. ومن
ومن
شر النفاثات
شر
نفاسات
النفاثات
بالعقد.
بالعقد.
فل.
بالعقد.
Very good. Let's go on to the next one. ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد.
ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد.
إذا حسد. Very good effort. Really good effort. G846. You're going really, really well. The really important thing is you break it down. You read a little bit at a time. You can say 2 letters, 3 letters, 1 letter, 4 letters, and then you build it up, and then you'll be able to recite a whole verse, inshallah, all in one go. Jazakumullah. Thank you so much for your help. Wa alaikum assalam. Allah hafiz. Okay, can I have another student, please?
Yes, our next student is G761.
Assalamu alaikum, G761.
Walaikum salam.
How are you today?
I am good, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Excellent. Are you understanding everything okay?
Yes.
Excellent. So if we could start with Tawud and Tasmiyah.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
So I will recite a verse and then you can recite after me. Okay? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Very good. قل أعوذ برب الفلق
قل أعوذ برب الفلق
من شر ما خلق
من شر ما خلق
ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب
ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب
ومن شر النفاثات في العقد
ومن شر النفاثات في العقد
ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد
ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد.
Lovely recitation, G761. Really well done. Your 6 sounds were really good. Your ha here and your ghain here, you did that really well. You joined well. Your elongation was good here. Really, really nicely recited. Jazakumullah, thank you so much. So just keep on the way you are going, nice and slow. Your recitation is really nice and measured, which means it's really nicely spaced out all of your letters. You can hear the sounds and you're joining correctly as well, and elongating at the right time. Jazakumullah, thank you so much for your help. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Okay, if we could have another student, please.
Yep. G850.
Assalamu alaikum, G850.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Jazakumullah. Understanding everything okay?
Yeah.
Excellent. So if we start with Tawuz and Tasmiyah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Good. So I will recite a verse and then you recite after me.
Okay.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
قل أعوذ برب الفلق
قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
Very good. Make sure you elongate this for 2 seconds. Okay. قل أعوذ برب الفلق
قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
Very good. من شر ما خلق
من شر ما خلق.
من شر ما خلق
من شر ما خلق.
Very good. Remember, this is a thick sound. Ha. Okay, excellent. ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب
ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب.
Good. So hold here for a second. Slight nasal sound. ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب
ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب.
Very good. ومن شر النفاثات في العقد
ومن شر النفاثات في العقد.
Good. And make sure we have a nasal sound here. Okay. ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد
ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد.
Very good. So again, you had your 2 seconds here. Make sure it's the same length of time. Ha, the. Okay, every time you elongate. Okay, excellent. Jazakumullah, G850.
Can my sister please read?
we're about to end the lesson. I'll ask the discipline in charge if she can do the final prayer. Let me just let you know what you need to do. So just keep practicing, keep focusing on your elongated sounds, making sure you're making nasal sounds where you need to as well. But the elongated sounds is the main one you really need to practice on. Okay, Jazakumullah, thank you so much for your help. What is your, is it your sister, did you say?
Yes, so
What's
it's
her number?
G814.
G814?
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. So just hold on 1 second there, G814. I'm just going to set the homework and then you can read the final dua. Okay, so for the homework for today is the rules of waqf. We covered 11 rules of waqf today on lesson number 21 on page 85. Okay, so just quickly show you and remind you of those. Waqf, remember, is when you are making a pause or a stop at a meaningful place during your Quran recitation. There are 11 rules that we've covered today. Rules number 1 all the way down to rule number 7 have the same thing that happens, is you would replace the last stroke for a sukoon. Rules number 8, 9, 10, and 11 have slightly different rules. So you need to go back and you need to practice those and remember those. Okay. Also, please, in your homework, listen to, and the link is given, and that will be in your homework link on the Google Drive as well, alislam.org, Quran app 2. And practice, please, reciting Surah Al-Falaq. Please, if you have not had a go on the mic today, you have heard all the other students, you've heard the advice that I have been giving them of how to improve. Make sure you take that advice on and you practice yourself. Okay, Jazakumullah. We are now going to end with our final prayer. So we have G841. If you could start with Dawood and Tasmiyah, please.
It's G814.
G814. Is that what you said?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. G814. Jazakallah.
Shall I start?
Yes, if you can start with Dawood and Tasmiyah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Excellent. Allahumma arhamni Bil-Qur'an al-azim.
Allahumma arhamni bil-Qur'an al-azim.
And the translation?
O Allah, have mercy on me through the Quran the Great.
وَجَعَلْهُ لِي إِمَامًا وَنُورًا وَهُدًى وَرَحْمَةً.
فَاجْعَلْهُ لِي إِمَامًا وَنُورًا وَهُدًى
رَحْمَةً.
Rahmah.
And the translation?
And make it for me the leader, the light, the guidance, and the mercy.
Jazakumullah. Jazakumullah to all the students today who participated in the class. Jazakumullah to all the students and parents at home that listened. And inshallah, we will see you all again tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.